Do slugs have 4 noses? The slug's unique anatomy revealed. Welcome to FactSpark, where we dive headfirst into the wildest, wackiest, and most wonderful truths about the natural world. Ever found yourself staring at a shimmering silver trail in your garden after a good rain, wondering about the squishy architect behind it? Yep, we're talking about slugs. And let me tell you, there's a rumor about these little guys that's been slithering around for ages, a question that makes every animal lover scratch their head. Do slugs have 4 noses? It's one of those facts you might have heard from a quirky trivia game, or maybe even peeled off the bottom of a Snapple cap. But seriously, are these fascinating mollusks secretly sporting a quadruple schnoz, sniffing out the world in a way we can barely imagine? Today, we're going on an epic adventure deep into the truly unique and often hilariously misunderstood world of slug anatomy. We're about to bust some myths, uncover how they really breathe, how they munch with microscopic precision, and spill the slimy secrets of their famous goo. Get ready, because your mind is about to be blown by the surprisingly awesome features of these amazing garden dwellers. All right, let's get straight to the juicy truth once and for all. Slugs absolutely, positively do not have 4 noses. That idea is a bit of a slippery fib. What they do have are 2 pairs of incredibly versatile and complex tentacles that are way more sophisticated than just a simple sniffer. If you peek at a slug, you'll spot the longer upper pair of tentacles stretching out from their head. These are their optic tentacles. Now, they're not rocking high-definition vision like us, but they're super sensitive to light. Think of them as tiny, biological light meters, helping the slug figure out if it's sunny or dark, or if a sudden shadow, like say a hungry bird or your curious foot, is looming, signaling danger, Will Robinson. Then, tucked beneath those longer ones, you'll find a shorter, lower pair. These are the sensory tentacles, and these are the slug's main tools for smelling and maybe even tasting their world. They're constantly doing a little dance, waving around, sampling the air and surfaces, ticking up all sorts of crucial chemical gossip. This is how they sniff out their next gourmet meal, navigate their slimy highways, dodge pesky predators, or even find a hot date by following a pheromone trail. Pretty neat, huh? And here's a true slug superpower that often flies under the radar. If a slug accidentally loses one of its precious tentacles, maybe a clumsy bump, a close call with a hungry critter, or even, dare I say, a scientific poke, it can actually grow right back. This amazing regeneration process can take a month or 2 for some species, like the black slug Aryan adder. But here's the kicker. Scientific wizards have shown that these regrown tentacles are totally functional. They come back with all the bells and whistles for normal smelling, including their tiny tentacle ganglion, an eye, and fully restored odor sensitivity. The complex nerve connections to their brain, specifically their olfactory center, also get a full reboot, meaning they can smell, learn, and behave just as effectively as if they never lost a tentacle in the first place. Talk about a glow-up. So if those tentacles aren't their noses, and they're not huffing and puffing through a mouth like ours, how on earth do slugs breathe? Prepare to be amazed, because they have a truly unique respiratory system. Slugs get their oxygen fix through a special little opening on the side of their body called the pneumostome. This breathing pore is basically a small, often visible hole located in their mantle, usually on their right side. It's like their personal airlock, letting air flow directly into a lung-like structure inside their squishy bod. You can often watch it visibly opening and closing as they take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. It's their very own built-in snorkel, perfectly designed for life on land. Now let's talk about how these incredible creatures chow down. Slugs don't have pearly whites like us, but they've got something arguably even more mind-blowing, an organ called a radula. Imagine a flexible, ribbon-like conveyor belt, but instead of carrying luggage, it's meticulously covered with thousands, yes, thousands of microscopic chitinous teeth. This incredible radula teams up with a single chitinous jaw. The jaw's job is to snip off bigger bites of food, like a tasty leaf, giving the slug something to grip. Once the food is in manageable pieces, the radula then scrapes up or rasps these food particles, pulling them into the slug's mouth. It's a super efficient dynamic system with complex movements that let them grab and tear all sorts of yummy things. And get this, even when these tiny teeth wear down from all that constant munching, new ones are continuously growing from the back of the ribbon to replace them. It's like a built-in, self-replacing dental factory. This ensures they always have a sharp tool for their next meal. And speaking of meals, slugs are incredibly diverse eaters. Depending on the species, they can be plant lovers, herbivores, tiny hunters, carnivores, munching on worms or even other snails. All-you-can-eat buffet fans, omnivores, or even nature's ultimate recyclers, atridivores, specializing in decaying plant and animal matter. From gourmet fungi to rotting veggies. They're the unsung cleanup crew of the natural world, playing a vital role in breaking down organic matter and sending those precious nutrients right back into the soil. Give a round of applause for these tiny, slimy foodies. Perhaps the most iconic and often hilariously misunderstood thing about slugs is their slime. But hold on, this isn't just sticky goo. It's a multifunctional marvel, a complex hydrogel that's basically their superhero suit, compensating for their lack of a hard shell. First off, it's their super-powered lubricant for getting around. Slugs glide by creating rhythmic muscle contractions, like tiny waves, across their foot, effortlessly surfing over a thin layer of mucus that dramatically reduces friction. But here's the truly mind-bending part. This same slime can also be incredibly adhesive. This allows them to scale vertical surfaces, cling to leaves like a pro climber, or even hang upside down from ceilings, totally defying gravity with ease. It's a substance that acts as both a super glue and a super lubricant. Without a tough shell to protect their delicate body, it forms a protective layer shielding them from scrapes, nasty pathogens, and even some hungry predators. Crucially, this slime also acts as their personal hydration pack, preventing them from drying out. Slugs are mostly water. We're talking 91 to 98%, and this hygroscopic slime can soak up a ton of water from the environment, helping them stay hydrated and survive even when things get a bit dry. Beyond movement and protection, mucus is also their secret communication network. It helps them navigate, allowing them to follow existing slime trails to known destinations. It's like a chemical breadcrumb trail, enabling them to recognize other slugs and even find a potential mate for a slimy romance. Some species can even release different types of mucus depending on the situation. A clear foamy secretion when they're feeling stressed, or a clear viscous one when they're, shall we say, in the mood for love. This complex chemical signaling can even deter predators and fend off unwelcome germs. Chemically, slug mucus is mostly water, mixed with some fancy high molecular weight glycoproteins and other compounds. This unique biochemical cocktail is what gives it those seemingly contradictory properties, being both slippery and sticky. And get this, the exact recipe for their mucus can change not just between different species, but even within a single slug's lifetime, depending on what they're doing, where they are, and even what they had for dinner. For example, the common garden snail can whip up different mucus types for moving versus sticking to a rock. How cool is that? Now, slugs might seem small and sometimes a bit of a nuisance in our gardens, but trust me, they play an absolutely crucial role in our ecosystems. As nature's efficient decomposers, they diligently break down dead plants and other organic matter, recycling vital nutrients like minerals right back into the soil. This process is super important for keeping our soil healthy and helping new plants grow. They're like tiny, slimy soil engineers, contributing big time to the nutrient cycle. And it's not just about decomposition. Slugs also serve as an important snack for tons of other animals, including various bird species, small mammals like hedgehogs, and even certain insects. This helps keep slug populations in check, highlighting just how interconnected all species are and the delicate balance within ecological communities. You'll typically find these little champions thriving in damp, cool environments like gardens and forests. Moisture is their absolute lifeline, preventing them from drying out. That's why they're mostly active at night or during cloudy, humid days. conditions that keep them from turning into slug jerky. So there you have it. While the myth of slugs having 4 noses is officially busted, the reality is far, far more astonishing. These incredible creatures possess an array of truly unique anatomical features, from their 2 pairs of multifunctional tentacles for sophisticated sensing and light detection, to their specialized nuistome for efficient breathing, their thousands of microscopic radula teeth for precise eating, and their truly miraculous, multi-purpose slime that enables their very existence on land. Slugs are far more complex, adaptable, and fascinating than their humble appearance suggests. They are masters of survival and crucial contributors to our natural world, reminding us that wonder can be found in the most unexpected and sometimes slimiest places. What's your favorite new slug fact? Did anything surprise you? Let us know in the comments below. If you learned something new and want to discover more amazing animal truths, hit that like button, subscribe to FactSpark for more fascinating insights, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the incredible animal kingdom.